rolling. Woohoo! So thank you for that. And for those of you, it's me, Maria. Elias is not here right now, but he may be able to jump in a little bit later. So let's get going. Here, huh? Yeah. No, here. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay, so let's share some wins and shout outs in the chat. And for those of you that are kind of new to our team, we like to follow each other. So please drop your IG handles as well, so that we can glean from everybody else, because I've been seeing a lot of videos thanks to the Instagram contest that we have going on right now. Let's keep sharing them. Let's keep sharing them. Let's keep sharing them. So make sure that you drop your IG handles below. And I see they're coming up. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Any wins or shout outs out there?
A huge shout out to everyone that came together and put that napkin event this past Saturday. It was such a huge success. Very organized. It's one of the most successful hands-off event I saw at the open office. And I thank you all for coming together, putting together, and cleaning it all up. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. I believe we had, I want to say 160 people there. It was crazy. It was amazing to see that many people super, ready and energized and engaged to become a homeowner. Now the road is a little bit long, but that's okay because there's a program for that. So I appreciate all of those who came out and volunteered. The cleanup, the setup the night before, the setup that day up, the cleanup, and just the energy that everyone brought to that event. So thank you for that. Okay, so this is the deal. Now, when I walk into a room, y'all already know I'm there. I'm like, I encourage the same for you, especially as realtors. We need to make ourselves not a secret agent. And I know it's old school, to bring business cards, but what I've been doing lately is whenever I go out, I'll strike up a conversation and I'll give them my business cards. Back in the day, we literally used to leave business cards with the bill for when you go out to dinner, go out to eat. We used to leave our business cards there because you just never know who that waiter, waitress, table cleaner, they may be looking for a house. So definitely when you walk in our door, don't knock, kick that door and introduce yourself. Say, hey, what's up? My name is, and also just bring your energy. Okay, so we're on community contributions. Who out there has some amazing contributions going on in their community right now? Or what do you have coming up?
Don't be shy. I'm sure people are listening.
I know the summer is busy and I've seen some things come up. I know Keelan has some things coming up in the, God, I want to say in the next month or so. It's a panel here in the Sacramento office. And I want to say it has to do with mental health. So Keelan, if you're on the meeting, if you're in the meeting, please share that coming up. But we want to support you. We want to support your community efforts. It's not necessarily a community event, but myself and 2 other agents are going to be at the Puerto Rican Festival in Newark. We are going to have a booth there to just get the word out about home ownership in the Latino community, as well as we're going to be repping, Team Fast and EXP. So if you guys want to come out, do a little bit of salsa dancing, eat some Puerto Rican food, ooh, okay, I just saying it. Come on out and, say hello. Bring us water. No, I'm just kidding. Come on out and say hello. And it's this Saturday, this Saturday from 11 to 7 p.m. in Newark. I don't have the address, but I can add it to the chat later. Anyone else? Anyone have an event they're attending, promoting? I see Rick.
Yep. Hey, sorry, did I cut somebody off? Am I good?
You're good.
Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? So this month on the 29th, Bay East YPN is actually partnering with Bridge YPN. So it's the Young Professionals Network. It's the first time we've had an event like this ever. So it's supposed to be a pretty good turnout. It's just going to be a mixer, like a networking event. If you guys are available, like I said, June 29th from 4 to 6 at 21st Amendment. It's a brewery. So come network, have a free beer. And yeah, that's this month on the 29th.
Nice, nice. And then I see your hand up. Is that Ricky?
Yeah, this Friday for Juneteenth, Stanford is having food, drinks, and just giving out food, celebrating. So if you're in the Stanford area, come by Friday from 9 to 11.
I love it. And then for those that spoke about events, please make sure that on the Slack channel, you also add the event so that if we're interested in going, we can, have one place to go and find that information. Okie doke. Moving right along.
Maria,
What?
I'm sorry. I wanted to say, I wanted to not forget to say, we're prepping for a 500 attendee event and we're looking for a spot in Central Valley, but just kind of FYI for everybody, or NACA.
For NACA. Okay. So Central Valley. So we're talking, are you trying to do it like Modesto?
Ogden, Modesto. Yeah.
Okay. So if anyone has any connections, a church would be ideal because they tend to have a larger auditorium. So if anyone has connections to a church in the Central Valley area or any place that can hold 500 people, we're going to believe that we're going to fill that room. I mean, if last weekend was any indication, people want more info. So, and that was just, I would say limited advertisement. But yeah, so if you have connections to anyone or any place in the Central Valley area, definitely reach out to, one of us, Pamela, Michael, myself, Aaliyah, just let us know. And thank you, Pam, for reminding us about that. So we're heading over to new escrows. We were busy this week. Oops, there we go. Okay, so I have a question. Hold on. I can't see all that. So we have, like I said, we were super busy last week with new escrows. We have William Dingler who got in, twice for 32,500. That would be nice, 32.5 million. 32,500. We have a 200,000. Brittany Wade, hello girl, 168,000. Samantha Gonzalez at 54. We have Miss Nicole at 200. And like I said, there's quite a few of us on the board this week. We have Lizette and Vernon at 255. Woohoo! Hector and Herson. I gave Herson a really hard time over the weekend, but we're not going to talk about that. We have Miss Delaney at 450,000, Miss Pamela at 470,000. And then we have Peter and Dewey at 480. That's a lot going on for under 550,000. We have Rose Preciado at 480,000. We have Julie at 490. We have myself at 490, and we have Elizabeth Serta at 515. Oh, let me go back. Hold on. So who is in the meeting that would like to talk about one of their escrows that's in this? It's quite a large group. Who do we have online?
It's like maybe Liz Serta does.
Liz, where you at, girl?
Oh, I'm right here.
Okay. Hey, Liz.
Good morning, everyone. I love your Angie. Congratulations to you and the rest of the agents or the teammates here that got into escrow this last week. So this one was a referral from another agent from Fresno. We kind of, this is in series. And so we both were halfway. I don't know. He was just too busy to handle it. So I'm like, oh, I'll do it. But anyway, so luckily, they were very particular and they were only willing to go up to 450. So Ceres is a small town. And if you talk about lack of inventory, I mean, you could just imagine in this small town, right? Mm-hmm. So they went out on their own one weekend because I was out of town, but the property they wanted to see there's gonna be an open house. So they went to the open house, but they didn't like it. So then, so then the following weekend, I went out. I went out to show this one property, it was below 450, but on the way there on that same street, there was a nice 2-story house, and they had an open house. So after we see the one they wanted to see, and they didn't like that one, I'm like, hey, why don't we check out this other house? You know, I noticed that's open right now. And they're like, oh, we didn't even notice that. So we walk over there. Oh my goodness. This was the one. Like they didn't even want to leave. So I was like, okay, let's see what we can do, because the list price for this one was $525. And they were only, and they only qualified up to 500,000, but it had been on the market for like 12 days. So I'm like, hey, let's see what we can do. We'll talk to the lender. And then we ended up offering 500, which was the max that we thought they were approved for. But then the seller came back and countered at the asking price. And we're like, what? I'm like, okay, I guess they don't want to sell. But so then I'm like, I went back to them. They're like, no, we don't want to go beyond that. But then I talked to the loan officer. Hey, no, the agent was like, you think they could maybe meet us halfway? Maybe we could do 515. And I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do. So I went back to the loan officer to make sure they were all good. He said they were good. Then I went back to communicate with my buyers. And, and I told them that wasn't a difference between what they were going to have to come in as far as their down payment, and then not much, on the monthly mortgage. So then they said, okay, cool. And then, then that's finally when we finally got under contract. And so that was the only time that I had to go down there as well. I really didn't want to have to go drive back there again. But anyway,
Right?
so that's what happened.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah, thank you.
congratulations. And way to, to communicate with your clients that it's only going to be X amount of dollars over what they were originally approved for. Because when you really look at the numbers, like $10,000 difference in a purchase price could be literally like $70. So good for you, and congratulations to all of
Thank
them.
you.
You're welcome. Under the 550 mark. So moving on. Woohoo! So we have the 550 to 749 range. We have Rosa Moreno at 600,000, and then we have Lauren Ibarra at 605,000, and we have Vanessa and Michael Spivey at 605,000.
He's spicy too.
You're so funny. And then we have, am I going to pronounce this right? Sanjivini at 675. And this is her first one. Woohoo! And then we have Nicolas Guzman at 748,000. Yep. And I was going to say, I think that was, oops, I went the wrong way. Sorry, guys. By any chance, is Sanjivini online today? I'd love to hear about her first escrow.
Not seeing that. What about Nick? Nick, are you here?
Is Nicolas here? Nick. Oh, he's
Moving on.
I know. Well, how about the power team, Vanessa Vo and Michael Spivey? Are either one of them on? Because I know they were working this past weekend with NACA, so either of them two are on.
Yeah, I'm on. I believe
Hey,
Vanessa's
Michael.
on. So.
So tell us about this transaction. I saw your video, your social media post about it. I think this was the one, correct?
Yes, this was the one. So overall, this was just quick, smooth transaction. We went live Thursday, ended up getting an offer accepted by, was it Tuesday, Wednesday of that following week. If there's anything just major, I just want to take time to point out from this transaction, please just take away the power of collaboration. You see the results, but you don't see the people that went into it truly behind the scenes. So yes, me and Vanessa, we did a lot prior getting the home ready for the market, but got to give a thank you to Stephanie, Rakitha, even Raheel, Catalina, Mike, just my mom helping out as well behind the scenes, Terry throwing in some input as well. So it's a lot of people putting great ideas together to get a great final result and just executing and implementing the plan. But I'm not sure if Vanessa wants to share anything as far as, the client, but I definitely want to say just thank you everybody that helped make it happen, because without all of you, this strategy of keeping the house open from 10:30 a.m. on Saturday to it truly didn't close till 9 when I left Saturday, and 10:30 a.m. Sunday until 7 when I left. But it took all people, because I'm not there all day. There are people there in the morning and just wrapping it up. So just thank you guys.
Wow, I love that. Vanessa, would you like to add anything?
No, Michael is just really great with words and definitely covered everything. It's just, I don't know, in order for us to end up with 13 offers in a market like this, like it took a lot of prior work to get to that point. But again, we couldn't have done it without our team. And, shout out to Michael and Miss Pamela, always, working on the back end as well.
Wow, 13 offers. And where was this property located?
In Manteca.
That's great. Well, congratulations to all of those between the 550,000 mark and the 749,000 mark. And so we are moving on. So now we're at the 750,000 to the 999,000 mark. We have Kevin Magna at 775,000. We have V at 789,990. We have my brother and sister, but it's the father-daughter team of Chris and Sophia Barcenas at 879. Chris, are you online to talk about this transaction?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
So is this
So this was actually this is I actually sold this house twice within the last 12 months. I originally sold it to the seller now when I listed it with the previous owner last August, and the seller, for her business, she had to relocate to Orange County. She was working with another she was initially working with another real estate agent in her neighborhood, and she just didn't like the way it was going with him. So she last minute didn't sign the listing agreement, and the actual buyer's agent that was on this transaction when I sold it last year told her to call me because he likes the way I work. So she was the buyer on the other side, and now she's a seller on this side. So it'll be a second time selling the same home in the last 12 months. And yeah, and I had 3 offers in on it. The buyer actually contacted me. I showed her the house, and it was perfect for her family. So we're doing both sides and making it happen.
Wow, that's awesome. So you're ending it, as they say.
Yes, correct.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a beautiful house. I was able to hold it open. So congratulations to everyone in that 750 to 999,000 range, and way to, include everybody in the process, Chris. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed one over here. I am so sorry. There you go, Rashana girl, at 891,000. So woohoo. Congratulations. We got the 1 million plus people. We have Joseph Chin at 1,350,000. We have Asir Shaheem at 1,900,000. I want to say there's a couple more. Oh, wow. Sonny, you go get it for 2 million, but we're going to, is Joseph or Asir on by any chance? I'd love to hear about one of these. Going once, going twice.
I'm here.
Who's that? Is that Joseph or Asir?
That's Joseph.
Oh, hey, Joseph. So tell us about 1.3.
Yeah. So this was kind of, well, I guess this is my first solo deal. I got this as a referral through a friend's mom. He saw that I was doing real estate, and he said his mom was looking for a realtor because they're from Arizona. So it was fairly quick. I didn't know he was looking. So I guess he went to a few open houses and saw this place in Moraga. And I probably know about Moraga is where it's at. But so the strategy was we're going to go non-contingent because he was going in at a fairly low offer compared to the comps.
Mm-hmm.
The comps were like at 1.6, 1.7. But I was looking at the rates and I was thinking, I don't think we can go there just because those last comps were like last year. So we went in at 1.35 non-contingent. We didn't think we had a chance. So we just went in. We also put in other offers for other homes that day. So we kind of forgot about this one. And then I know I called a few times just to kind of check in. And she says, oh, that was a really strong offer, or from the listing agent. I go back and I'm just like, oh, sure. So, what are the offers you have? And I assume they had like a few, maybe like 2 or 3. She said they ended up getting 6. All the discussions are also about the rates. So somehow we won this offer, and I wish I had more of a strategy to it, but I don't. So I think this is just a very lucky offer that got accepted.
Well, that's awesome. So Joseph, let me ask you, so you mentioned that a friend of yours had seen that you were doing real estate. How did they know that you were doing real estate? Was it because of something that you've done on social media or anything like that, or something that you sent them or anything?
Yeah. Well, uh, I play with I play in these basketball games, and how we all kind of coordinate is going through Instagram. So just by, I guess, when we add each other, they all see my profile, and I kind of just post only about real estate. So he saw that, and he just asked, "Hey, are you able to help me make an offer?" And I was like, "Sure," and that was it.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. And that's just another reminder that a lot of times what we post on Instagram or just social media in general, it may not necessarily be for the person that's seeing it, but they may know someone. And this sounds like it was an example that she knew that you were, or he knew that you were selling real estate and their mother needed a realtor. So that would see, that's a great byproduct posting on social media and just letting people know that you're not a secret agent and that you are actually selling real estate. So congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks.
And here we are at the 2 million mark. Sunny Wong at $2,300,000. Woohoo! Is Sunny on by any chance? Uno, dos, tres. Okay. Well, he's not on. He's probably out there selling some real estate. So congratulations to everyone who had new escrows this week. We were busy. Congratulations, congratulations, especially in this tight inventory market. You guys are killing it. So congratulations. Here are the stats for year to date. Wow. We had 27 new escrows this past week. I think the week prior, I think it was like 21. So Kenny, is there anything you want to speak on this?
Yeah, I think this is one of the biggest weeks we have in the last year. Currently, we're trending to close about $69, $70 million this month, which will be our best sales month since August last year, which is pretty phenomenal because inventory is down 40% across the board. We're having one of the worst inventory markets ever since 2008, to be technical. But we're having one of our best months in the year. So like all the activities are really, I'm in the Oakland office. I've been out Oakland office almost every day, and I was in Stockton over the weekend, but I see a lot of deals are coming, me speaking with the agents, just off the top of my head, me running to like Julie, Jung-Yi, Kun, Sofo, and some of the new agents here. A lot of them are getting a lot of their businesses from open house, or like even suddenly went like a $2 million listing appointment from open house he did a couple months ago. And I think he's just getting a contract for 2.3 million last week. Yeah, open houses and door knocking are really paying off for a lot of our agents, and we're seeing it. So anytime you can grab an opportunity, it may not pan out right away, but you're nurturing those clients months later. And like, because there's so little inventory right now with 40% less inventory, there's just a lot less agents and people to meet buyers at, and there's more buyers than ever before. They're out. Supply and demand issue will never be fixed. So you really just got to get in front of more people. And I had a long chat with Joseph yesterday, and Joseph is getting a lot of business from his fair playing basketball. I didn't know Joseph plays basketball, so you're gonna start seeing it on his Instagram more. He plays basketball. So yeah, it's a new agent's grinding out and just taking the effort. It's really panning out. Like I'm super excited that in the worst market, we're having one of our best months. So what happens when the market picks up? I think you guys are following the interest rate. There's very likely to be an interest rate right next month. Right now is on, I think today the announcement, you guys follow What's a Mortgage to kind of get a better tune, but likely the interest rates will probably go up next month, which will make it even harder. But there are still buyers out there. There still are people getting loans. So as long as you're nurturing those people and taking this time while people are kind of taking a step back and you hit your database hard, progressively when the market comes back, there's more inventory, your buyers will be more and more ready, and they're going to be working with the people that they have been in touch with them or have met over open houses in the last couple months. So huge opportunity in the market right now, I think.
Yeah, and congratulations again to everyone. And just a reminder, I mean, what Kenny said, it's, it's open houses and door knocking. So, gone are the days of us sitting back and receiving leads and, hoping that someone will knock on our door. We literally have to go after the business. So again, don't be a secret agent, go out there and, and meet the people, because eventually they will buy at some point. And this is our fast story of the week, Miss Lauren. She has one pending transaction, definitely growth minded. She shows up all the time. She's a part of the Women's Council of Realtors and relocation specialist, content creator, Miss Hustla. And I don't think Lauren's on today. Am I correct? Okay. She's not out because she's hustling. So if you see Lauren in the office or out and about, or maybe even give her a shout out when we post it on her social media or on our social media, make sure you give her some love and celebrate her for just being the hustler of the week. Okay, so we're in mid-year business planning mode. Today is Sacramento. So let's see, what time is it? It is 11:01. If you're coming up, you should be in the car by now, because we will have this today. It's going to be a lot of fun. I suggest if you have your VTO from when the business planning clinic was at the beginning of the year, bring that with you so that we can really go over what do you want to do going forward. As Kenny mentioned, inventory's tight. We have to go after business. So I would like to think that we're going to talk about how are we going to go get business in these last 6 months of the year. So be ready, be open, and hopefully we will see you today in Sacramento. The following week, we're going to be in Stockton, and then we're going to round it out on June 27th in Oakland.
So Donna Chan just texted me a quick plug. I know not everyone is in the Hayward office channel. There's a Hayward office channel. It's about 90 of us in there. If you guys are interested, just go on Slack. But Donna set up a new construction tour for Sohei for Taylor Morrison on June 28th at 1 p.m. So that's a Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays out. The builder is going to have food and drinks. It's a great opportunity to record content. I know, I see George quite a bit. We went touring on Stockton in new construction. His home tours have been getting him clients from Instagram. So find every opportunity to go out, record homes, and then our editors can cut it for you to create new business opportunities. So although you might not sell in Hayward, because maybe you live in Hercules, or maybe you live in Oakland, but maybe you do construction there, toward new construction, have some cute videos, someone from your high school or some random person is like, oh, you know what, I am looking at Hayward. So I don't, seize the opportunity to do that. So check out Hayward office, but specific times is June 28th, 1 p.m.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Kenny. Appreciate it. Okay, here we go. We've got the dates for Cabo. So it's August 15th through August 18th. So how y'all doing on your reels? I'm checking every day. I'm literally checking every day.
I think you're in the top 10, right, Maria?
Of course. And I've been on the top 10, but I need to get more in the center of the pack. I've been about 7 and 8.
I think Jess and Kun already bought their tickets, so they're that certain. The dates are locked in. We have top 10 winners. There's, I think, close to 40 people competing right now. You can see your own stats. And Sisu, I have gotten feedback. Some of the log numbers are not accurate, but don't worry, because the virtual assistants will cross-reference, making sure everything is legit. So there might be some typos here and there, but by June 26th, I believe that's the last day of the contest, we will have the finalized winners to announce.
That's going to be fire. So I'm looking forward to it. People have been like, Maria, you want it? I'm like, I just need to figure out when I'm going to Cabo. So I'm speaking that into existence. So make sure that you are posting your reels. And if I remember correctly, it doesn't necessarily have to be real estate related. So if you're out at a great restaurant, do that. If you're out working out like Jess, the bling realtor, she's there. So I'm getting to know so many of our team members because I follow a lot of you, and I'm learning about your families and your habits and your eating and your real estate. And so when I'm looking to partner with someone, those that are on social media are the ones that I'm probably going to be partnering with. So just my little 2 cents in there. Let's see what's next. Marketing resources. I know there's a lot Oops, well, I guess, look, I know there's a lot. Thank you. So last week we talked about, and I've had people reach out to me with relationship to the MailChimp, the newsletter and stuff like that. That is available for you as being a part of Team Fast. There are so many resources that we have available to us. And I know that a lot of people don't use it, but we should be using. We got the Shredder. We have the VAs who do, open house, Instagram posts for you. There's postcard mailing. I think it's up to 200, Kenny.
Yeah. Postcards just listed, we provide 200. And this week, a couple of people sent us their business cards or signs. Like, there's no reason anyone here should be spending time designing their own stuff in Canva. To be honest, most of the time it looks pretty bad. You guys are not designers, but if you want something unique, reach out to us. We have a really talented marketing team. You can work directly with them to build you out some custom pieces, whether it's a business card or a sign. We have our templates, but I understand some of you guys want to be more unique. Go for it. But every time we see something on the streets that someone created, more than half the time it just does not look good. And your branding and marketing is really important, because a potential person hiring you sees that it's sloppy, because you maybe don't have an eye for it. They're gonna not hire you. So don't hurt yourself and hurt your business by trying to be a marketing director for your business.
Aesthetics and compliance. Like, we see big mistakes and then you've printed out, or you have signs hanging that are just, not good in any direction. And then, we're just trying to get it done, get it up, whatever. But
Send us your stuff. We're building on Market Center. If it looks good, we'll put our spin on it, make it look better, and then we'll add it to our library. Then we have more options. I know maybe some of you guys saw some of my Instagram stories last week. The type form that we have, I know it's very simple. We're trying to work on first onboarding, where on a type form, as you're doing your submitting request, you can see a preview of options on the right side. So you can put A, B, C, D, so we can give you more things to choose from. But we're now just starting to build that out. So we're constantly improving our process to have a balance between hybrid stuff and stuff that's quick and easy to push out. We can't really help you guys if you guys are prepping for open house at Friday at 11 p.m. for a Saturday. That's the reality of the market, and you guys are creating your own stuff, but a lot of times it just doesn't look good. So the more time you have to prep, the better.
Right. And then Kenny, when is the estimated date for the marketing center to be up and running? Because I know that we have.
It could be up and running later next week. We are having a hard time getting the feed from List. It's a very technical issue. The feed from List Hub approved by the broker. It's just weird, and we've been working on it for weeks now. So in the interim, we're still using RVAs and enhancing that part.
Perfect.
And we do not want to share the templates out there, because we've seen what's happened when people have templates. You guys have seen the terrible open house flyers, because people move logos, change fonts, all of a sudden it's a whole new thing.
Right.
If you and I'm just gonna wrap it up by just saying this with regards to marketing. If you have a concept or a design that you want to use, share the Canva link. A lot of times it's easier for myself or my team, and sometimes Kenny, I know some of you guys directly share with us, to go in and make the changes for you. The other thing is, if you submit a request, Kenny already touched base on it, but I'm reviewing the marketing boards and I'm seeing requests come in with missing information, or you're right at the midnight hour for open house Saturday, but you're submitting stuff on Thursday or Friday. Again, give you guys some grace, give you guys self some time to get those assets back to you. Can't always guarantee same day turnaround, but I am pushing my team that if all of the information has been submitted, to get the assets back to the agent. I don't care if the property's not going live for 2 weeks, get them back the assets. They can share it when they're ready. If you run into an issue where it's been more than 2 business days and you have not received your items you've requested, send me a message on DM. But I am checking those boards. I am giving notes to my team, especially if I see, hey, when you acknowledge, as you guys should be getting an acknowledgement email, when you acknowledge that you're going to be taking over building this IG graphic or property website, if it's missing information, make sure that the agent, submits ABC. So I am looking at those. I might DM you myself. Sometimes I might have to jump in and help you, or I can help push the needle like some of you guys, like we've been in conversations about. So again, if it's been more than 48 hours and you haven't heard or received anything, hit me up. Otherwise, give your guys some time and grace, and try to put your requests in a little bit further out if you have all of what you need to be built. I get it. Sometimes photos don't come in until the day before, but the more information we have, we can at least get a running start in getting you guys your assets created.
Yeah, we're looking at incorporating Podium. Those of you who have worked with the video department, you're getting the text updates as it progresses through our Monday board. So we're kind of going to incorporate that into the marketing side too, so you're not left in the dark about what's going on. And then complete separate thing, on like the reels, we're promoting the just listed, just so we're incorporating a summer theme into it. So we're playing around with more colors. So not everything's gonna be black and red. Ideally, like for my vision of the company is to have like neon colors and graphics and mid-century colors and all kinds of stuff. So make it a very, very wide, diverse, but we're slowly kind of doing that. The team's calling it more like seasonal. So right now summer, we have fun summer stuff, later more winter stuff, but we want to like be able to highlight different, just more options for people to highlight, what this company means.
Okay, perfect. A couple of things related to the marketing resources for Molly. I know that for me, when I made a request, I don't get a follow-up email saying that they've received it. Maybe I do, but it goes from that point on, I don't receive anything. Are we supposed to receive like a status update like we do with the Shredders or no?
Yes, you
Yeah.
should. And I don't know if it's a one-off situation because I'm CC'd on those emails.
Okay.
I'll address it again at our staff meeting because I'm on those CC emails like, hey, thank you. We've received your request for property website, just listed postcards. You should receive it within 24 to 48 hours. But I'll touch base to make sure that all of our staff are sending those acknowledgement emails. But yes, you should be receiving that.
Guys, this is Marika. I'm also not getting them. So then I'm left wondering, did I not fill the form out completely, et cetera? So I think we should check on that.
That's why we're trying to find a solution for that. Because it sucks to not know. And we're, like now that we're in the midst of it, like, no, we the more feedback the more constructive feedback you guys can provide, the better. And then also another quick plug, we brought it up a couple times, but it hasn't been fully utilized. The marketing assets channel in Slack, feel free to drop things in there you want us to copy. It could be someone else's cute thing, or picture or graph or collage or carousel. We can copy it, and if you don't want to put it in there, DM Molly, hey, I saw this idea, can you make it the same thing? I mean, it's half the time we're just copying other people's stuff and making it look better or different. That's kind of like, like even like TikToks and Reels, right? You probably saw Julie and George running around in the background yesterday. If it's funny, it's like you just copy it. All this, no one stuff is original. So we could use a lot more feedback from you guys, what you're looking for, what you need. You literally have an entire marketing team at your disposal. No other company has something where you can freelance everything at no cost to you. So leverage the team, and the more, and if you create something cool, you get to actually benefit everyone too.
Exactly. And for those that are utilizing the monthly housing statistics, I applaud you. Yay. Because I'm starting to see more people use the graphics.
Yeah, that stuff is really cool. I like
love
that we encourage people to speak on it, like actually speak on the video, and it looks really good. Like my favorite honestly was I think David had about David, the twins had, David and Mark had it. They had like a cocktail being served. Like, okay, that is completely different. And then they had car traffic. It made it really personalized for Daly City, or whichever city put it. Other people, it's cool. You put your face on it, but if you can talk on it, it just makes it a little more personal and increase your engagement. So, that was a good idea we had a couple months ago, and it's slowly being adopted at a pretty quick speed.
Yeah, I love it. I love seeing it because I'm able to even know what's going on in different markets. So for those that are using it, I applaud you. For those that are not using it, you need to get on it and start using it, because your people want to know, your audience wants to know what's going on in the market versus what are they hearing as a headline on, and
Yeah, my feedback on, that's another example of something I saw other people do, and then start seeing my other agents, other companies do, but it's really ugly. I was like, okay, I like that idea. Now like we're doing it, it takes us literally hours to do that. But for you guys, it takes you 10 seconds. So that's just a example of something that can easily be done with our marketing team.
Exactly. And we stand out. I mean, I know for me, I see people and they'll just do a picture, not our team, but they'll just do a picture of this is what's going on. And to me, that's like dead space. Who wants that? And who cares? But if I get to see you and hear you, that's more engaging. So yay.
The one feedback I do have on that, I've seen a couple, I don't know if that's our side. I feel like it's something we didn't do optimally, is I've seen it where, there's like 3 number sets. I saw it where like the first number set shows up And there's like a couple of seconds that like nothing's happening, and then a second set. So I don't know what that is, and I haven't looked into it, but you probably want to speed it up a little bit. Because I don't know. I saw like 3 people had it, so I feel like it's on our end. I just haven't looked. So that's something we need to tweak when we do that.
Right, because I know I've used it with the numbers coming one after the other, and I just felt like for me, it was too slow. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just gonna do just the end result because it was just too slow. Also shout out to, if you are in need of a branding kit, meaning you have certain colors that you want for your social media package, our VAs can do that. So keep that in mind too. If you don't know what you're looking for, but you have an idea, that's something that you can also request, is a branding kit for colors. So
you know what we could do? I like your idea. Maybe we can incorporate a one pager on a marketing quest for your brand colors. Like if you know your 3 colors, you type in your code. If you guys don't know what brand kit is and you guys pay for Canva Premium, you can install your colors into there. And also Canva, you can have one account up to I think 3 or 4 free users for free. So if you guys want to cut costs, because $13 is, but then not maybe some of you guys don't want to pay $13. Find 4 people to pay $3, and then you can share a team account.
Yeah, that's great. So I think that is it for me. Anything else from the team that you would like to add as we wrap up the meeting?
Just a quick reminder, I know we talked about insurance last week and like insurability, but keep this in mind, especially if you have a cash buyer. They may not be, they should be aware that they need to get home insurance no matter what, but they don't have a lender reminding them saying, these are the different referrals for insurance agents and things. And with all of this insurability issues, there's so many providers not issuing new policies. And so just keep that in mind, cash buyer, make sure that they have access to it, and then investigate insurability as quickly as possible once you've identified that property, ideally before they remove their investigation contingency. And I have a thread going in Slack with any updates about insurance that I'm seeing from CAR or from EXP or whatever. I'm just keeping the thread going rather than reposting every day about insurance. So check that out in my Oracle channel.
That might cause prices to drop in a lot of these high risk areas. That's something you better let your clients know, or they will try to sue you later.
Yeah, I bet we'll have like some new disclosure. Oh, speaking of which, I'm attending a webinar for Zip Forms for a new forms review. They do it twice a year, once in December, once in June, for any updates. The June one is usually lighter than the December release, but I'll report back on new forms coming soon.
Awesome. Anyone else on the team would like to add something before we log off?
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Oh, hey, Wanda.
Hi. I was just curious. I'm still fairly new team member. I purchased my for sale signs from the recommended vendor, and last April, I used one of the signs for one of my listings, only 30 days. And it didn't stand up to wind. It had wind damage. The sign company called me and said they wanted me to pick it up because it had wind damage. I went out to the vendor that the team recommended for us to use and asked them if they would replace the sign, because I only used it one time. It was only on the house for a few weeks, and they said no. And so they said, well, that particular sign that you bought is not a very good material. And I said to them, this is a sign that our team recommended to get. And I said, we have a very large team, about 300 team members, possibly ordering signs from you. I said, I've been an agent for 22 years and I've never had to replace a sign. I had the same signs when I worked for Berkshire for 10 years and Prudential, the same. I never had to replace a sign from wind or anything. I really think that, I don't know, maybe you can take a consensus to see if any other team members have had that happen, but the size of our signs is extremely large, the big, large, long ones. And I think maybe that the sign that I got, not knowing to me that it was gonna be an inferior product, the team may recommend that everyone start ordering, I guess, those heavy, I think it's aluminum or something, that's whatever the higher one is. because, I thought that should have been unacceptable, that they were unwilling to, replace it. And even after I, told him who Kenny Trung was and how they're, sending you a lot of business, he was still unwilling to replace a sign. And I said, that's fine. For me, I don't want to do business with them anymore because that just says a lot about them. They told me that that's not an everyday occurrence, but yet they weren't willing to replace a sign and it was brand new.
So is that something, leadership team, that maybe we can put in the Slack channel and just kind of get feedback from people that may have used the company to find out what's the consensus for the quality of the work, or is that I don't know.
Yeah, just DM us. We'll talk there. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
DM leadership and they will take care of that for you. Anything else, anyone?
Yeah, just lastly, so recently we're getting a lot of events, private events at the Oakland office. I just want to address all agents. If you're coming in on a day that's a private event, please enter through the main door and use your key for access. There's been a couple instances where the guests from the party have asked who the agent is, and there's been a little back and forth about who belongs and who doesn't. Just a little friendlier atmosphere. So just coming through the main door so they know that you're actually an agent and you're not just a random person coming up from the street.
Oh, that's
Thank you.
really good. I love that. And also make sure that we check the calendars because any private public event is listed on our Team Fast calendar. And so you don't want to go, if you need to go into the office, you're going to go into the office, but please be considerate of those that are doing the event. Okay? I don't know what just happened there.
I just took a screen share, sorry.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, that's it, everyone. Have a wonderful and successful week. We will see you at group coaching tomorrow at 8:30 with Mr. E himself. And for those that are coming to Sacramento for the mid-year, we will see you shortly. Bye.
Cool. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Maria.
Thank you.